Well, I don't know if I'm gonna put this on the internet, but like, okay, so I have a few thoughts, right? So it's so hard to think scientifically. Like every time you design any experiments, like in the lab or in a questionnaire, or even just go ask random strangers, you are subject to a bunch of subjectivity and 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 other assumptions. Like assumptions always exist anytime you perform any kind of data gathering, right? So that is, you couldn't escape it. And then the theory dictates, even though you don't know it yet, what kind of data you are searching for. So you always has a theory about what you want to know. A theory like, oh, how many girls want a strong man versus someone someone approachable and relatable. And so that is quite a vague curiosity question, right? But you just simply search for more simple correlation between two variables, like intelligence and height. That has like 5% correlation or something like that, or maybe even 0.02. It's very insignificant, but height does correlate to intelligence, right? It just not matter in any significant way. So naturally, so life is so complex and there are multiple variables, right? And with case studies, you could draw, you could report and type out a detailed report about that case study, and then you could sort of, it individualistic, but then still you could establish causal relationships between multiple variables, and therefore it is a proper psychological experiment, and it does provide real value. So case study is individual study. It does provide knowledge for the psychological enterprise, but then I don't understand, right? But it's so complex, and if you do larger scale experiment, like on a questionnaire or or a survey, then you would lose that kind of complex causal relationships. You could only research two variables at the same time, right? Or maybe you could ask a series of questions, but still it has to be generalized, and general knowledge is that just it's so heavy, it moves slow, and it's inflexible. Many other problems. It doesn't inform individual life. It doesn't inform the minority problem. This research the average. It does not research the strangest behaviors. So by doing a survey, you have already simplified the world tremendously. You do a survey, the nature of doing the survey itself dictate how complex your theory could become, and that means that it will not represent reality accurately, as no theory represents reality accurately, and that is a big pain in the ass, No matter how much psychology I study, it is just theories. It ignore a lot of the observations that the theory does not comprehend. It's not comprehensive enough. So you could make a case that which observation seems important to focus on theorizing about, right? But more often than not, you have a theory, and the theory chooses what you observe, not what you want to observe, dictate what theory you produce. Because I'm not smart enough to produce theories and test them, I only have existing theories that I learn that I use to explain the world, which is a huge problem if I want to manipulate people, or if I want to theorize in my interest or in the other person's interest. I can't do that. I just have a finite set of theories, right? That's pretty much what I want to talk about. That, yeah, so much limitations, and the entire enterprise has this and that quality, and the debates and different school of thoughts, those things does exist, and different theories and different individual, but so what I'm looking for are more actual theories. I have just read about the first 70 pages, and I'm having some thoughts, so that's why this vlog exists, right? Maybe that's helpful to someone, if anything, but maybe not, because I'm not that articulated. I really think that this book contains gold, that it does contain both. It's attack the personality problem from many ways, from both case studies and large scale study. Which large scale study all you can do is like saying that conscientious people tend to work hard and obsess with improving themselves, right? You could sort of talk about conscientious in that direction and light, but yeah, you don't have a sense about how environment affect, because environment is more like 70% of the explanation. The conscientious trait is only 30% or so it's weak. Yeah, everything that is the majority of the reason is the environment and the individual. Social science is a weak enterprise. So thanks for listening to me. I think I will put this on the internet if anybody would listen.